All right, we're live. I haven't done it very much um, the past week because I did a reading on Sunday, the Agape Lodge Poetry Society. I read some poems. You could look. I posted some of the video, and it's doing pretty well. And so that was a pretty fun reading. There's also uh, pictures on the Portable Infinite if you want to check the photos. So yeah, I was gonna kind of do an update. What's going on? We're just kind of winding down the year. I'm making my best of list. So I made the 25 best books of 2024. As you know, because I did all these kind of uh, long videos about Ulysses and the Magic Mountain Pale Fire. And plus I read a lot of older books like Clarice Lispector and just other things. I mean, there's probably it could have been more than 25, so I just picked the 25 I thought that were worth checking out. So let's see. So I don't have all of the copies, but this is one of the best fiction books after David, Catherine Texier. So that's pretty good. And a lot of these people we did interviews too with. This one is a real popular interview. Ali Smith, check it out on the Portable Infinite interviews. And we also interviewed a couple times Joe Wobble. This was on the list. This book, the Memoirs of a Geezer, did come out a few years ago, but this, I think, the expanded version is way different. There's like how much more? 33% more, maybe. I don't know. Who knows? And then this book did come out in 2023, but it wasn't released here until now. So I thought it was important to put it on, because like it's definitely a great book about ska. And then this might have flown under a lot of people's radar, the Chris Stein and the Rock book. It kind of goes with the Debbie Harry book a little bit, kind of like you should read both of them. What's Debbie Harry? I forgot what is that called? It's just called Debbie. I don't know. Blonde. So let me go over the list here. Okay, so the Portable Infinite, the 25 best books of 2024. So we had Dark Luminosity, Memoirs of a Geezer, the expanded edition. Even though that's, I think the new version kind of expands. There's a lot of important parts. I think they're in, I think they're in italics, like the stuff he added and stuff. And then Fingers Crossed, How Music Saved Me from Success, Mickey Berendi. That's another one of my popular. I interviewed these first few people I did interviews with, so maybe I'm kind of biased and stuff. So yeah, Mickey Berendi from Lush, and she does her Mickey Berendi trio band, and she has a new record coming out next year. And fingers crossed. And then we had the Ballad of Speedball Baby, a memoir by Ali Smith, a Speedball Baby. That's definitely all these interviews are among my most popular. The Witch's Daughter, My Mother, Her Magic, and the Madness That Bound Us, or Red to Think. The She's in the band Aisha Ray. It's another memoir. That's like four memoirs. And then I wouldn't say I wouldn't say it if it wasn't true. A memoir on life, music, and the Dream Syndicate, Steve Wynn. So there's five uh, um, memoirs leading it off, and then we have a novel After David by Catherine Texier. Then we have like kind of oral history. Now You're One of Us, the incredible story of Red Cross by Jeff and Stephen McDonald. And then the first non-music or is The Met, A History of Museums and Its People by Jonathan Conlin. And then we have another art one, Poor Artist, A Quest Through the Art World by Zarina Muhammad, Gabriel de la Puente, The White Pew. And then we had another memoir, Earth to Moon, a memoir, Moon Unit Zappa. Definitely wanted to do an interview with her. During the year, there was a bunch of interviews that were going to happen. So that book was good enough. Even though we don't have an interview, we still have it's on the list because it's definitely stands out. And then we have Creation Lake by Rachel Kushner, another novel, the second novel. And then the third novel is Elaine by Will Self, what I just read a few weeks ago. And then we have another biography, A Few Words in Our Defense of Our Country, the biography of Randy Newman by Robert Hilburn, and Talking Greenwich Village by David Brown, Art Heist, 50 Artworks That You'll Never See, Susie Hodge, Fun to Be Dead, The Poems of Bob Flanagan. Yeah, that's Bob Flanagan, definitely underrated LA poet that kind of disappeared. We know Dennis Cooper, Jack Skelly, a few others, Amy Gersler. And then Born, a book that I don't think anybody, I haven't really seen too many people talking about, but it was pretty interesting. And I knew a lot of the main players because a lot of people that were interviewed that were around, like uh, Be- uh, Becky Wilson and Harvey Bennett Stafford and Jack Boulware, people that had actually met Anton LaVey back in the 70s or 80s, and Born with a Tale, The Devilish Life of the Wicked Times of Anton Sandro LaVey, founder of the Church of Satan, Doug Broad, definitely worth checking out. And then I showed you that Under the Rock, a memoir by Chris Stein. And then I think this is like the third year in a row, a book by Jack Skelly. This is his new one's Myth Lab, Theories of Plastic Love. So we had, this year was Myth Lab. Last year was the full Fear of Kathy Acker, and then I think the year before that was the Dennis Wilson book. And then so keeping with the nonfiction, Didion and Babbitts by Liliane Nolik, maybe flew under some people's radar, or maybe it came out kind of late. And then another one I thought like nobody really talked about was Desperately Seeking Something, a memoir about movies, mothers, and material girls by Susan Seidelman, definitely the director of Desperately Seeking Susan and some other movies. And I was like, wanted to interview her, but just it never happened. Susan Seidelman. So Hit, Flops, and Other Illusions, My 40-Something Years in Hollywood by Ed Zwick. Definitely another, kind of like we had some books about art, some books about music, and then we had some books about film. And then the Too Much Too Young, the two-tone record story by Daniel Rachel. And that is a book that came out previously in England last year, but it's too good. Sometimes I'm reading, because I do my list on Goodreads of what I read, and sometimes there's like books that come out maybe even from last year, like. And then a book, Infinite Dreams, The Life of Alan Vega. Definitely must have read it earlier in the year. And the kind of from the same period, the MC5 oral biography of rock's most revolutionary band by Brad Tolinski, John Uhelski, and Bette Edmonds. So if you look down you can go to the page. It's right now. It's on the front page of the Portable Infinite, and I'll be talking about this again. These are all books. I mean, there might be some other books, that are what's the Sally Rooney, but I haven't read that book yet. So, and I don't know, like there's probably other books worth mentioning that could be on the list, and I'm just kind of curious. Okay, so let's see my reading challenge here. Well, here's my reading challenge for this year. So yeah, I did read Pale Fire and Magic Mountain, Ulysses. There's a book called Pretend We Did, but it's not out till next year. And I just read a book about Bradley Metzger that was really great. And then there was other ones, and then I read a few that weren't very very good or just kind of average. So didn't. And the book of the best poetry of 2023, I didn't think was worth. What's this? Okay, well, I don't know. And then, I kind of read some, punk rock Queen of the Jews by Rossi. It was kind of interesting, but I read a book by Stephen Burko, Psychedelic Outlaws. Daniel Handler, I did read that. I'm in Future Mania by Simon Reynolds were ones that almost made the list, and Rebel Girl by Kathleen Hanna. It was all right. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so okay, I did read. Okay, I did read this book. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so here's my 2023 challenge. So I read 71 books last year. Okay, so I did read, yeah, Terrence Malick. I don't remember that being in my, yeah, so that, I don't barely even remember the Book of Ein. So that was, I think that might have made my list. Okay, so what's this? Oh, yeah, Elfriede Jelinek. I did read that towards the end of the last year. What about this one? Okay, so yeah, I don't think if I look, I did read the Curepedia. Was that did that kind of like get lost because of the time? No, I think I put that on there. Okay, Curepedia did make it. Okay, so let's see what else. I think yeah, Naomi Klein, David Bowie. Okay, so Loaded, Reggie Watts. Okay, yeah, Harry Smith was definitely one of my favorite books. Yeah, so I'm looking at because I got in my Goodreads I have like at least five books that look pretty good that aren't even out yet that I've read. So how many? Okay, so yeah, this year. Let me just go back to my challenge here. I've read 66 books this year, probably more. And yeah, let's see where. And things are kind of slowing down. Let's see. So some of my friends haven't really read that many books. Now, of course, there's a few people that just seem like all they do is read books. So, are there any questions? Or are there any other? If anybody's out there, are there any other books that I missed out on? Because I'm sure there's a lot of fiction books and poetry books that are worth checking out. Okay, so yeah, that's my list. I celebrate it. I celebrate these books. And don't forget my book, which I read from this week. I'm probably gonna do. Let's see. Okay, so let's go to my calendar here. Let's go to my calendar. Oh, because yeah, there's. I did the first reading, but I feel like what happened. Okay, my calendar went under thing. Okay, so yeah, there's a reading this Sunday in Fullerton. Okay, so let's see. Do I have all the? There's a reading. There's put the book away. Okay, so there's a reading. Today is the 21st of November. There is a reading in Fullerton on Sunday that I may go to, but there's also a reading Friday. So if I don't go to a gig, I might be at in Orange at the Bookman on Friday to check it out, 6 o'clock, because I'm pretty close to there. But I'll probably be able to go to Bookman. So okay, so this is yeah, this is the one. No, that's not. What happened? Okay, well, why does it keep on going to that one? Okay, yeah, that's the Night Owl. Okay, so the Bookman is Friday, Night Owl is Sunday this week, and then Rip Rap at Long Beach State they're having a reading over at on December 5th, and I think there's one in Costa Mesa too. So I'm probably going to try to make most of them, and then I think we're going to do like one LACDA at some point, maybe in December, maybe January. But now that I've done a reading, I feel like I want to do like more readings around the area. Okay, so we've been going for 15 minutes. That's enough. Okay, that's my list. Show me yours, and I'll have my best music out in about a week or so.